Hey designers, and welcome back. Happy Monday to you guys. You know what that means. Go grab your favorite cup of hot cocoa, a few of your favorite cookies, pull up a chair, and sit and chat with me a while in today's episode of Cocoa and Cookies. Well, good morning, everybody. How are you? How was your weekend? How's your Monday? Is your week off to a great start? I sure hope so. Ours is, that's for sure. Want to show you my mug today. This mug came to me from a friend, and the front of it says, buy the shoes and eat the cookie. Absolutely. Sometimes we have to do very nice things for ourselves, ladies. And if you're anything like me and most of the ladies that I know, we tend to put ourselves off to do for everybody else ahead of ourselves. So sometimes we just have to buy that pair of shoes and eat an extra cookie. All right, we're going to jump on in. I put the call for questions out this morning per usual, and I think only a couple have come in this week. So I'm not sure if you guys are starting to run out of questions, or if you guys have just been so busy that you didn't notice the little announcement come up this morning. As always, for those of you who are new, I put out a call for questions on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I give you the time that I'm going to be answering questions, and then I sit down and answer everything you want to know, or at least most of the things that you want to know. I am going to try to shorten my answers this week and keep this video a little shorter because those of you that do YouTube know that they give us analytics and reports for our channels to let us know what videos people like, how long they're watching, and all this kind of stuff. And it seems that even though Cocoa and Cookies gets a fair amount of views, most of you, about 90% of you who are watching, are only watching for about 8 minutes. So that means when I do a 30-minute video, 22 minutes of that is wasted. And my time is precious, your time is precious, so I don't want to be wasting minutes. So we're going to shorten these down to about 15 minutes, or try to. You guys know that's a challenge for me, and we'll see how that works. If the analytics are still low, then we may have to shorten them again, but we'll try the 15 minutes and see what happens. So let's just jump right on in and get started. First place I'm going to check is over on Instagram. We're going to see if we've had any questions come over there today. The last time I checked, we did not. So, not sure if any's come in since then. Nope, no questions on Instagram. Although, let me check last week's call for questions, because it seems like there might have been one that came in late over there I didn't have a chance to answer. Let's see. Yes, there was one from last week, so I'll go ahead and answer that this week. The question was, do you have a curly hair routine? Anything special you do after you wash it? I don't really have a special routine right now. I know that some great suggestions have come into me because of all my frizz, but I need to get the special kind of towel that I was told about, and I need to look for the shampoos that I was told about, but I haven't done that yet, in all honesty, because you guys saw, if you watch the vlog channel, I do have a vlog channel where I show you more around the house, just everyday life. You guys have seen all the shampoo and conditioner that we have from couponing. Hence the reason why I've taken a little hiatus from couponing, but I don't want all of that to just go to waste. So right now, I'm still using those shampoos, just trying to use them up because I don't want that product to go to waste. So I do have that information written down that was shared with me, and I will implement some of those when we get down that bear. But right now, all I do is I take an argan oil that was sent to me, and I just rub it in my hands, get it nice and warm, and then I rub it all through my hair while it's still damp before I dry it, and that has really worked a lot at helping to calm some of the frizz. So right now, that's the only routine that I have, and whenever that changes, I will certainly let you guys know. All right, let's jump on over to Facebook and see what we have over there today. It looks like a couple of questions have come in over there. So let's just run down the list. It says, with homeschooling, did you teach a foreign language? And if so, what language and what curriculum did you use? Great question. Yes, both of the kids have taken Spanish. My daughter has taken 2 years of Spanish, and my son has taken his first year, and he'll be completing his second year next year. And we use the Beka book curriculum. I'll have a link for that posted down below. It is actually through Beka Academy, and I've explained all of that in a previous video about how the kids are kind of enrolled there as correspondence students and streaming classes and all that stuff. So I'll have the Beka book curriculum linked for you down below, where you can go on their website and take a look at everything that they have to offer. But we have used that since the kids were in kindergarten, and it is just a wonderful program. Those of you who have been with the channel for a while saw all the vlogs when Kristen had her graduation this year, because with the program that we're using, the homeschoolers actually get a full-fledged, full-blown graduation, and it was an awesome weekend. We vlogged the whole thing for you guys, and so that was very fun. So I'll have the Beka book information link for you down below, where you can go and check it out. Great question. All right, so the next question on Facebook says, what is the best way to start couponing without breaking the bank? I would like to stock household items. I'm a single mom trying to make good choices. That is a great question, and the place that I always suggest where people start if you're kind of new to couponing is at CVS. They are a lot easier to learn their policies, and I always recommend you start one store at a time. Don't try to tackle every store all at the beginning, because every store has their own couponing policies, and if you try to learn too many at one time, you're going to feel overwhelmed and you'll give up. If you start with one store and kind of master couponing at that store, then move to the next store and so on, you're going to be a lot more satisfied with your couponing experience. So I usually recommend that you start at CVS, because they have an awesome couponing policy, and you can get some great household items there for very, very, very cheap, and sometimes even free. So I'll have a link for you down below. I do have a couponing 101 video that tells you all about couponing at CVS, and there are a few little things that have changed since I made that video, but not many. So that'll be a good way to help you get started, and that's where I recommend. In there, I also talk to you about how to roll transactions. So let's say you're going in and you only have $20 to start. Then you start with a transaction, get all of that taken care of, get your rewards back from CVS, and roll that right into the next transaction. You can do it all in the same day, back to back, one behind the other, and that is the best way to keep your out-of-pocket minimal, because it is a misconception. People think when you start couponing that you're going to get all this stuff for free or very cheap. You do have to put a little money out of pocket to get started, because you've got to start rolling the store rewards. And of course, if you're just beginning, you don't have those rewards yet. So I'll link that video for you down below, and hopefully that'll get you started. Best wishes to you on that, because it is so much fun and you can save so much money if you don't get frustrated and give up. All right, so let's see. What is the next question here? What is the best couponing haul found that you bought? That's a really good question, because I have found so many great deals, and we've gotten so many things free, and some stores even allow you to roll the overage into your transaction, so you make money, so to speak. And probably up to this point, the best deal that we had as far as actually making money on a transaction was some Glade plug-ins for the walls, not the actual scents, but the little unit that you actually plug into the wall that heats up to heat the oil. We found those on a deal at Publix, and by the time that you added in your buy one get one free sale, your manufacturer coupon, and a Publix coupon they were running, each one of those earned me, I think it was like 80 cents a piece that they actually made me, and I forget how many we bought. We bought probably about 16 or 20 of those just to have for every room of the house. And so we made a pretty good little bit of money off of that. So far I think that's been the best deal as far as actually making money back. So keep a watch on those kind of things. Couponing can actually pay you if you're at the right store. Another question here on Facebook says, why did you want to homeschool your kids? Very good question. Very good question. Those of you that have been around the channel for any length of time will remember exactly the story behind this. And if you're kind of new to the channel, and I'm thinking that this precious lady here is fairly new as far as the cocoa and cookies is concerned, I'm going to have a link for you down below. I did a whole series on homeschooling. I told our story as to why, as parents, we wanted to homeschool. And then I also had the kids join me for a couple of episodes where they talked about their experience, because that question comes up quite often. Matter of fact, I had someone ask me even again last week, now that soccer's over, am I concerned about Bub's socialization and him not being able to socialize with the boys? And no, I'm not, because I don't send my kids to school to socialize anyway. I would send them to learn. Socialization should come after school. So I'm not worried about that. But we talked about all of that in that series of Cocoa and Cookies. I can't remember if there were 3 episodes or 4 episodes, but just to save time for today, since I'm trying to condense these videos, I won't go into that story again. I'll just let you watch the links and it'll tell you everything from the very beginning, with an experience that my husband had in school when he was in full uniform. He was there as an officer of the law, and some things went on that he just was not happy with, and we made that decision probably about 5 years before we even had kids. We knew when the kids came along they would homeschool. So be sure to go watch that video. Very good question for all of our newbies who haven't yet heard the story. All right, so let me go and check Twitter real quick and see if we have had any questions come in over there. I told you guys I would be accepting questions today until 11:15, and it is a little after that, so I wanted to give you guys plenty of time to make sure that you had them in before the cutoff time. And Twitter is responding a little slow. I think it feels about Monday like half the rest of the world. All right, let's see, do we have any questions on Twitter? All right, no, I don't see any on Twitter. Now, I do know for sure that one of you last week, Lori, had asked a question on Twitter, but she forgot to use the hashtag, so I couldn't ever find it. I didn't see it. So if you are submitting your questions through Twitter, then you need to use the hashtag #DeeVine DeeZine, because that's going to help me find your questions, but I don't see any there today. Let's double check Instagram one more time before we close out for today. Nothing new on Instagram, and let's check Facebook one more time. All right, and nothing new on Facebook either. So just a small amount of questions today. You guys let me know, is this format still enjoyable for you guys? Do you like submitting the questions, or are you kind of getting bored with the questions and you want me to go back to discussing topics? If so, suggest topics for me, and we can do that a little bit too and change it up. But I love this format. I love when you guys submit the questions and give me a chance to answer them, because it's just so fun to have the interaction with you all. So I've really been enjoying it the last several weeks, and I think several of you have enjoyed it too. So you guys hear that wind whipping up back there? It is whipping up, so the trees are going crazy. We have had a little cold front come in here. It rained most of the day Saturday, and it rained a good bit, well, all through the night, Saturday night. We woke up, the ground and everything was wet. It was just dark and dreary yesterday, and I don't believe it ever got out of the 50s here yesterday. Super cold. And if I'm not mistaken, tonight it's going to be down to like 37. That's chilly for us here in Florida, but it's actually a nice welcome change. I'm glad to have the cooler weather for a couple of days. So not sure how long it'll last this time. You guys know here in Florida it can be 31 day and the next day back up to 80. So we'll see how long we can keep it hanging around. But at any rate, it has been around 15 minutes or so, and since there's no new questions rolling in, I'm going to go ahead and bid a farewell to all of you guys. Definitely, if you haven't joined the second channel, hop on over there. I'll have that link for you down below. You're going to want to join the vlog channel and take a look at our daily lives. Some days it's really quite boring, and other days it's very, very busy. You just never know from day to day what's going to happen around here. But I'm going to hop off because I've got a ton of videos to film for you guys that will be posted throughout this week, so you'll want to stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that button down there so that you don't miss anything, and also be sure on the home page of my channel to click the little bell so that you can sign up to receive notifications every time a new video goes up, because sometimes YouTube isn't notifying you when they do. So hit that bell and sign up for the notifications. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. I hope you all have a wonderful Monday and a fantastic week. And remember, you were created for purpose, so go and be all you can be. I'll see you soon in the next video.